You ever get regrettably drunk at a family function and commit a social faux pas?
Oh boy. I have not.
Didn't you say something fucked up at a friend's wedding or something?
Yes, I did. But no one. I guess. So, oh boy, like a dear friend of mine from high school. We've known each other for a long time, and like, I'm not gonna. No, okay.
Just don't say his name.
I'm not gonna say anyone's name, but. So it was like my friend was the bride, and her husband was kind of a fancy fella from out of town.
Fancy, huh?
Yeah, and
was he an elitist?
You could say he was an East Coast elite. No, I think they're from the Midwest or something. But the the wedding was taking place in my area, and so the groom didn't have a lot of.
How long ago was this?
Long, probably like 7 years.
Okay.
It's been a while.
So this is after you graduated college.
Yeah, regrettably. Okay. And so I get invited to the bachelor party because there's not a huge cast of characters around to
so it's a pretty small
kind
wedding.
of fill this thing out. Pretty small wedding, low key. I'm.
Were you in the wedding?
I was. Was I? I think I was.
Okay.
I have a nice speaking voice. I've been asked to read things every now and again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Funerals, weddings, what have you.
A rare flex from Lloyd over here.
Just let me know. I'll do it. But so the bachelor party was in a cabin in the woods, because these, they had various connections, like elites. In the mountains of New England, there exist these cabins for use by a select few. And these are not like Epstein cabins. They're very regular.
That people use for weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah, people do that. My sister's looking for like a barn or something, I think.
But this isn't a barn. It's literally like it's a rustic cabin in the middle of the woods.
Okay.
And you can go there and sleep there. And it's I don't know, it's old style, it's like Ivy League shit. I don't really get it, but they are made available for alums.
Okay, so what's emerging is that there's a little class tension here.
There might be a little
like a Henry James novel.
And this listen.
I've never read a Henry James novel in my life, but I just heard someone say that once.
Oh fuck! No,
I like that you're establishing the themes as you move forward.
I'm trying to get better at storytelling. These things are important. They might have implications later on.
Foreshadowing.
But anyway, the groom, listen, fine fella by any standard. Knows people who have alcohol, knows like where to get the good stuff. So we are probably, gosh, were we 5? I think there were 5 of us, including the groom's dad.
5 of you, what?
5 of us in this cabin. Like that was the bachelor party.
Oh, okay.
And so...
Oh, so this is at the bachelor party.
This is the bachelor party. This is not the wedding.
The bachelor party is at a cabin in the woods.
Yes.
Just dudes being guys hanging out.
Just dudes being guys hanging out in a cabin in the woods. And
that is pretty strange.
I had never been to a bachelor party.
I've never been to one.
I haven't been to one since, and so this is my only frame of reference.
I mean, I don't know about bachelor parties, but that sounds like a strange location for like... I don't know, we're going to party or just we're going to have a good time. It's like, let's go to this remote location in the woods. Was there like a lake?
There was not. It was raining. It was cold.
It sounds like you were all being lured there to be killed. Like those are everyone in the 5 were the men he felt most threatened by. He was going to finish you off.
My father, my brother, my bride's best friend.
Well, you know how it is, those yuppie types. There's a lot of inbreeding, but
fuck me. God. Okay, so
also, who invites their father to their bachelor parties?
I mean, that.
But I'm sorry. Move on with your story.
Like, would I invite my dad to my bachelor party? Probably not. I don't think I would.
I couldn't even imagine you having
like,
a bachelor party.
I mean, who knows? Who knows? Like a regular
You
one.
do something very tasteful.
Most likely.
It's like
I don't know.
you and your chums would go to a ball game.
I'd go to a burlesque show, perhaps.
Would you really?
No. Well, listen, I've been to burlesque shows.
At that point, you might as well
might as well go to a strip. I have not been to a strip club. I've been to burlesque shows, but that's a different thing.
I've been to pumps in Bushwick 2 times. Not very fun.
No. Every now and again, like I think.
But this was this was like an infamously small and dank strip club. I don't think I would enjoy it under any circumstances, but it's just like you're constantly spending money.
Pumps in Bushwick. There's a Pumps in Bushwick.
It's famous.
Really?
Yeah.
See, okay. I mean, I see the ones, I used to run long distances quite a bit, and I would go out and like.
No, it's just like a box. Yeah.
Just a box. But like.
Well, let's be clear. You and I are both learned gentlemen who are above that sort of thing. I think we should make that clear.
I guess that's true. I'm not sure.
I was being facetious, but
me too. We're all being facetious here. We're not.
But it's honestly not my. It's honestly not my scene. It's not
I doubt it would be my
enjoy.
scene either.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like there seems to be an element of like, I don't know. With burlesque shows, you respect the people that are up there.
What I more mean that's actually
you say,
true.
Hey, I appreciate what you're doing. With strip clubs, there is kind of an inbuilt element.
But I mean, like, why go to a burlesque show? Like, what are you getting out of that? Like, it's not like it's a good show, so it's like you might as well just be a dirtbag and go to a strip club. But is where I'm coming from. If you're going to do it,
I guess so. I mean,
but there's like a kind of there's like a jocular energy surrounding strip clubs that doesn't vibe with you and I.
I guess not. Like, I doubt I would be able to participate on the level that is required to like really enjoy that experience.
Yeah,
like to be able to go to a strip club.
You also need money.
You also need like I'm gonna spend $500. Like I'm gonna really.
I went there with Sam.
Yeah,
and he claimed that one of the strippers gave him her number.
Oh.
But I think he might be a liar.
You think?
But so you're in a cabin in the woods with a fella, his father, his brother,
and
2 other chums.
I guess it was 5 total. So one other chum. The one other chum was a European man who was a bona fide friend of the groom. So
okay.
So he's there, and he's European. So he's
bad.
No, he's like drinking culture is a more established thing for him.
Yes,
that is one thing that when you're European, you tend to
imbibe.
You imbibe earlier. You imbibe with less vigor.
You work to live.
Yes.
As opposed to living to work, like us hardworking Americans.
You're in a social democracy. You're not wondering where the next paycheck's going to come from. No, you can go to the doctor whenever you want to.
They're not furnaces of ambition like you and I.
That's
either.
right. That's right. We know if we don't perform and perform hard, then we will rot with the rats.
When you rest, you rust.
And when you rust, you're wretched.
When you rust, you ain't gonna bust.
That's for sure.
Not anywhere good anyway.
Sure. Oh. You will be busting on your own.
I see a rhyme, I move forward towards it.
That's all very well and good, and I appreciate what you've said today.
So you got this Euro trash in the cabin with some four good old boys.
And there is, this is not a frat party exactly, but there is like several cases of alcohol, and it's like good alcohol. It's like craft beer, good tasting craft beer, and there is also sparkling wine.
So what, you guys are just like in the living room of a cabin?
It's all one room.
Like a Pinter play, just all of you in one room. This is my second literary reference. I have read Harold Pinter. I'm not a complete jackass. But that's already strange. So it's just, let's go to that's even stranger. So like, what's the woodsy thing you're doing that justifies the cabin? You're just going to this secluded cabin to sit in a room with the lights on and drink with each other? It could have been someone's
garage. It could have been someone's garage. The whole point is that like, this is in the forest. We did technically have to walk on a short trail to get there.
And we pay money to have access to this cabin.
Yes. Yes. So that's the scene. You know, these are like hard bunks. They have like a small pad, and then like we all brought our sleeping bags and shit. So it's a rustic cabin experience. Like this, like we're camping.
Sure.
It's kind of like we're camping with the fellas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to talk about the future and.
But it's not really camping.
Share stories.
It's not really camping. You're just staying in.
We're just staying
house
in a little
yeah.
smaller house.
I guess there's, I don't know.
And so there's like a kitchen facility. You can cook a meal.
All your needs met.
All your needs met. And so there was a meal had, sausages and onions and bread, a fine meal to be sure, and then we start to drink and I don't know, tell stories and listen to music and things like that. And I just kind of kept going. I kept going and I have some vague flashes from that night. Like at some point I was shirtless on top of a car.
Okay.
If I recall
hey,
correctly.
buddy, at least your cock wasn't out, all right?
It was,
and at least your granny wasn't there.
My granny was not there. My granny was not there.
At least your granny didn't see your pecker like old me.
But the shameful element is
at last the shameful element.
The shameful element is still unfortunately kind of an unknown to me because
I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah. Like I am like but I don't know what it is. Like what happened was I woke up the next morning. I was fucking sick to my stomach. Like I
so you blacked
crawled,
out.
Yeah, blacked out. Went on to my hands and knees out into the woods. I just puked my guts out. Like just such an acid bath in my stomach. Just
sure
awful shit. And then like the wedding is. Not that day, thank fuck, but the day after.
Okay.
But this is like a 2-day hangover, and so like they kind of throw me in the car, like they drive me home. I'm like, oh boy, and there's a rehearsal for the wedding later in the day. Sure.
But what did you do? What was the bad thing?
Well, the Euro guy that I mentioned earlier, like,
what country, by the way?
Germany.
Kraut.
Yeah. Yes.
A squarehead.
That's right. Is that a thing that you call Germans squareheads?
It's from Deadwood. I don't know how authentic it is.
Oh.
But I think it's a thing.
Huh. Interesting. I never heard that one. But I ask this guy because people are behaving a little weird around me now.
Sure.
Like there's an element of coldness, and I'm like,
okay. Things are a little weird.
So like what happened last night? And he's like, do you really want to know?
Not a great sign.
Not a great sign.
Heard that many times. Variations.
And so, like a coward, I say, no, I don't want to know. And so I'm not sure.
Hold on. You've told me that
I've told you this story, but
you told me that you went up to the groom and said about the bride, I could have had her. I could have had her.
That's speculation. I don't know that I said that. Like I did say that I probably said something like that.
So you're going to leave it ambiguous? You weren't going to
I'm conflicted about this because
I think that's cool.
I
think that's romantic.
Oh Lord, but it's like that's.
So did you have feelings for this girl at the time?
Not at the time, but like it was.
Oh,
it was such a.
See, when you told me this, I interpreted it as like you're the heartsick third person, but really it was like you were broishly bragging is more the tone.
Oh boy, no!
I thought it was more like you were having a Humphrey Bogart moment where you like you bitterly.
It's like, oh, I wish she was mine.
Yeah, and it comes out it takes the form of like unwarranted aggression towards the man, but really you were just like, I could have filled that hole.
Oh, for fuck's sake, man! No,
is that not the tone?
That's not the tone. See, that's the fucking thing. Like that's
closer
that's what
to that than the more romantic one I was thinking of.
Well, I mean, this was. I was mortified. Like I've never been.
I'm not saying you weren't mortified. But I'm saying is that the tone of your alleged transgression.
Well, that's the fucking thing. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what I said. I don't know what the tone is. Like me and this guy aren't friends.
I'm
it
sure
never
it
came
was
up
fine.
Again.
Well, how was the wedding?
I mean, the wedding was good. It was a good wedding. You know, I read the thing that I read, presumably, and it was nice. Again, nice speaking voice, articulate, things of that nature. And
Yeah.
but then
There's more?
no, there is no more. And like that's the fucking thing. Like would I rather know? Like would I rather know what I said?
It may
I
not have
no
been
idea.
that bad.
Like well, that's the thing. That's
See,
the
I
thing.
want
It
to
may not
know.
have been that bad.
Especially when I was in college, I had a lot of nights where I've since evolved to the point where it's like, you know what? I'm not going to send the text, not because I want to live in ignorance, but because I don't care. You know what? Whatever I did, it was good. Because everyone I know is garbage. So how bad could I? But I have done that. But I would always want to get the. What do you call it? The meeting minutes of my blackout behavior.
I think now in retrospect, I would rather have the minutes too.
It probably wasn't that bad.
I hope it wasn't that bad, but like I don't know. Like when I black out, I'm like a different guy. Like it's.
I feel like I've never seen you, properly
haven't.
drunk.
You haven't. It's something that I don't do anymore. It's
Yeah.
you know, I am in control. I'm in control at all times.